Number 1. The 1989 Ford Mustang LX 5.0 Liter Convertible 2D, priced at $10,000, located in Toms River, New Jersey. Here we have a rust-free, well-preserved example of the legendary Fox body Mustang, showing 115,000 miles on the odometer. This car is not only clean inside and out, but also a rare find, one of just 112 produced in this specific color combination, still wearing its original paint. The interior is equally impressive, with no rips or major wear, a testament to careful ownership over the years. Along with the stock styling, the seller includes a 5-inch high-rise hood, already color-matched to the car, for those who want to give a more aggressive stance. Under the hood, this Mustang is far from stock. The A80 automatic transmission has been rebuilt with a shift kit, paired with a Roadrunner torque converter tuned to match the cam stall speed. Performance upgrades include a trick flow intake, cold air intake, B-cam performance headers, and 4.10 rear gears. It exhales through a Flowmaster stainless exhaust, delivering that unmistakable 5.0 rumble. The suspension has also been addressed with new shocks, lowering springs, and an all-new alternator. Cooling is handled by an aluminum radiator, and other recent updates include new starter, fuel pump, ignition system, and adjustable tuning. The convertible top is brand new. And for the purists out there, the seller is including the original suspension along with various spare parts. This is a clean, adult-owned Mustang convertible that's been tastefully upgraded while keeping its rare and original character intact. At $10,000, it's a strong choice for anyone seeking a collectible Fox body that's ready to enjoy now. Whether you want a weekend cruiser, a show car, or a solid foundation for even more performance. Number 2. The 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint Convertible, priced at $14,000, located in Middleboro, Massachusetts. This classic convertible blends vintage charm with tasteful upgrades, making a great candidate for summer cruising and weekend car shows. Under the hood, it's been updated with a 302 cubic inch V8, topped with aluminum heads, an Edelbrock intake, and a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, giving it a strong, throaty performance well beyond its original factory specs. Power is sent through a 2-speed power-glide automatic transmission, a durable and smooth shifting setup. Recent mechanical work makes this Falcon road-ready. The front end has new springs and shocks for improved ride quality, and it's equipped with power steering and power disc brakes for modern driving ease. A brand new battery has been installed, and the seller reports that the car runs strong. The convertible top is in good working order, ready to drop for open-air driving at a moment's notice. From the driver's seat, you'll enjoy the simplicity and style of a true mid-60s American convertible. The Sprint trim package was the sportiest version of the Falcon in its day, adding extra style and performance features that made it a standout among compact cars of the era. While this Falcon is mechanically sound, the seller notes that it does need some body work and a fresh coat of paint to truly shine. That makes it an ideal project for someone who wants a drivable classic that can be gradually restored while still being enjoyed on the road. At $14,000, this is a chance to own a rare and desirable piece of Ford's early muscle heritage, a stylish V8 powered drop top that offers both classic cruising comfort and plenty of potential for personalization. For someone looking for a fun, head-turning summer car that's ready to drive now and finish later, this Falcon Sprint is a compelling choice. Number 3. The 1979 L82 Corvette, priced at $14,000, located in Mahopac, New York. This late C3 generation Corvette offers classic American sports car styling with a desirable performance package. Finished in sleek black with a contrasting ivory interior, it captures a late 70s Corvette look with sharp, clean color combination. Under the hood is a sought-after L82 350 cubic inch V8, a higher output engine option that delivered more horsepower than the standard Corvette motor of its year, giving drivers a more spirited performance. Power is managed through an automatic transmission, offering smooth and easy driving whether you're cruising back roads or heading out on the highway. The car comes with both sets of T-tops, mirrored in black, so you can tailor the look and feel of your drive depending on the weather and your mood. Recently, the seller invested about $4,000 in repairs and maintenance, bringing it to solid driver quality condition. This isn't a trailer queen. It's meant to be driven and enjoyed right now, with the opportunity to keep improving it as you go. It does have a few needs. The passenger side window regulator will need replacement, and there are some leaks underneath that should be addressed. However, the Corvette starts, runs, and drives well, making it a project you can actually use on the road rather than letting it sit in a garage. For enthusiasts, the 1979 model year marks a sweet spot in the C3 line, offering refined body lines, improved aerodynamics from the mid-decade restyle, and the optional L82 performance engine. With its combination of striking looks, V8 power, and recent investment in repairs, this Corvette makes for an appealing entry into classic sports car ownership, one where you can drive now, upgrade over time, and watch it gain in value. At $14,000 or best offer, it's a solid opportunity to own a black and ivory L82 that turns heads on the street and delivers a genuine Corvette experience. Number 4, the 1993 Ford Mustang LX. Priced at $6,000, located in Chester, Pennsylvania. This Fox body Mustang comes in the LX trim and is powered by Ford's dependable 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine, paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. While it may not have the high-output roar of a V8, this configuration offers an entirely different kind of appeal. It's a nimble, lightweight Mustang with excellent fuel economy, cheap maintenance costs, and a pure engagement that comes from rolling your own gears. The seller reports that the car starts right up, runs and drives great, and has no known mechanical issues. The manual transmission shifts smoothly, and the overall driving experience is fun and easy, whether you're commuting, running errands, or simply enjoying a sunny day cruise. Being over 30 years old, it's not flawless, but for its age, it presents well and remains solid and dependable. The LX body lines are crisp, and the Fox body Mustangs have only continued to grow in popularity among collectors and enthusiasts. With their classic 80S and 90S styling and easily upgradable platforms, they make excellent first cars, daily drivers, or even a perfect blank canvas for a custom build or restoration project. Practical benefits also make this Mustang attractive. It's great on gas, parts are plentiful and affordable, and the 2.3L engine is known for longevity. Plus, with a clean title in hand, the sale is straightforward and ready to go. At $6,000, this 93 Mustang LX represents an accessible entry point into the world of classic Mustangs, one you can drive and enjoy immediately, personalize over time, and potentially watch increase in value as the Fox body era continues to gain a loyal following. Number 5, the 1967 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme S Coupe, priced at $13,900, located in Brandywine, Maryland. This isn't just any 67 Cutlass. It's a street-ready Oldsmobile 442 with title in hand, combining muscle car heritage with raw, big block performance. Under the hood sits a stout 455 Olds V8, a serious step up from the base engines of the era, paired with a turbo 400 automatic transmission and a rugged 12-bolt rear end. That drivetrain combination makes for strong, reliable power delivery, whether you're cruising on a highway or lighting up the rear tires from a stop. The car's exterior is finished in black, contrasted with a bold red interior, a timeless pairing that perfectly captures late 60s muscle car attitude. Both the hood and trunk are secured with external fasteners, hinting at the car's street machine personality. While a couple of trim pieces are currently missing, the seller notes that these parts will be included with the sale, making it easier to complete the look. Inside, the red upholstery adds to the Cutlass Supreme's vintage charm, with a large, wide dash and classic gauge layout reminding you of the days when cars were built with both presence and simplicity in mind. With only 20,000 miles showing, it's clear this example has seen selective use over the years. The seller also mentions having 4 1967 Oldsmobiles in total, but this particular one is offered at $13,900 or best offer, leaving room for a fair negotiation. The 1967 model year marked the final iteration of the first-generation Cutlass and 442, making a sought-after classic that blends everyday drivability with unmistakable muscle car presence. Whether you're an Oldsmobile enthusiast, a muscle car collector, or just someone looking for a head-turning weekend cruiser, the 67 Cutlass Supreme S-Coupe offers a rare opportunity to own a big block street car with serious pedigree, one that's ready to enjoy today and appreciate tomorrow. Number 6. The 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger, priced at $15,500, located in Franklinville, New Jersey. This well-kept 72 Dart is a true throwback to an era when compact American cars offered simple styling, straightforward mechanics, and a touch of Mopar attitude. Showing just 58,000 miles on the odometer, this example carries Chrysler's famously reliable 225/6 engine, an inline-six that earned its reputation for being nearly bulletproof. Known for running smoothly and lasting hundreds of thousands of miles with basic maintenance, it's an engine that makes this Dart a practical classic, as well as a conversation piece. The car is equipped with an automatic transmission, making it easy to drive whether you're out for a Sunday cruise or commuting to a local car meet. According to the seller, it has received many new parts and upgrades, ensuring that it's not just a garage ornament but a road-ready classic. While specifics on the new parts aren't listed, the mention of many suggests mechanicals have been addressed, a major plus for anyone looking to avoid a lengthy restoration project. The Swinger trim, introduced in the late 60s, gave the Dodge Dart a sportier edge without jumping into high insurance, big block muscle car territory. The 1972 model year brought a slightly revised front fascia, updated taillights, and clean body lines that have aged gracefully over the past 5 decades. This one presents as an honest driver-quality car, something you can take out regularly without the stress of babying a high-dollar showpiece. The seller makes it clear, if the listing is up, the car is still available. Priced at $15,500, but noting an asking figure of $18,000 or best offer, there's room for negotiation, especially for a serious buyer who appreciates the Dart's mix of classic charm, dependable engineering, and easy ownership. For Mopar fans, the 72 Dart Swinger offers an affordable entry point into classic Chrysler ownership. It's a car that blends old-school style with simplicity, making it just as enjoyable to work on as it is to drive. Whether you keep it as is, add personal touches, or use it as a base for a sleeper build, this Dodge has the bones and the history to be a rewarding addition to any classic car lineup. Number 7. The 1968 Dodge Monaco 500, priced at $5,000, located in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. For Mopar enthusiasts, the Dodge Monaco 500 represents a unique blend of full-size comfort and muscle-era presence. This particular example is one of only 3,400 two-door hardtops produced in 1968, making it a rare find even before you consider its big block powertrain. Under the hood sits Chrysler's 383 cubic inch V8, a big block engine known for delivering strong torque and smooth highway cruising. It's paired with an automatic transmission mounted on the floor and surrounded by a center console, adding a sporty touch you don't often see in cars of this size. Inside, the Monaco 500 features bucket seats, reinforcing that this was a top-tier trim aimed at drivers who wanted both luxury and style. The seller notes that the car runs and drives, meaning you could technically hop in and cruise at home, though they also make clear that it will need some attention before being considered fully roadworthy. The rear frame needs reinforcement. There's some bodywork to address, and the transmission has a small leak near the linkage that likely requires a new seal. On the upside, a lot of maintenance and upgrades have already been taken care of. The Monaco sports a 600 CFM Edelbrock carburetor for improved breathing, new wheel cylinders, fresh brake lines, air shocks for a smoother ride, a new fuel tank and pump, a new water pump, and an aluminum radiator to keep that big block cool. Those newer components make it an appealing candidate for someone who wants a rare 60s Mopar without starting from scratch. Visually, the 68 Monaco 500 carried the long, low, and wide proportions that define late 60s Chrysler design. The two-door hardtop body style, with its uninterrupted roofline and frameless glass, gives the car a sleek silhouette, one that's as eye-catching parked at a cruise night as it is rolling down the highway. At $5,000 firm, the seller isn't leaving much room for haggling, but given the rarity, big block power, and list of recent parts, it's a compelling entry into the world of collectible Mopars. For the right buyer, someone willing to invest a bit of time in the frame and cosmetics, this Monaco 500 could become a striking, comfortable, and powerful classic that stands out in a sea of smaller muscle cars. Number 8. The 1977 Ford Granada, priced at $10,000, located in Aurora, Illinois. The Ford Granada was introduced in the mid-1970s as a stylish, slightly upscale alternative to Ford's more basic sedans, and in its time, it was pitched as a compact luxury car. By 1977, the Granada had established itself as a comfortable, solidly built daily driver that could also be dressed up to look surprisingly classy. This particular example, however, has moved far beyond factory spec, with a list of mechanical upgrades and refurbishments that make it more than just a preserved survivor. Under the hood sits Ford's venerable 302 cubic inch small block V8, paired here with a 4-barrel carburetor for improved breathing and a bit more punch. That means this Granada not only cruises smoothly, but also has enough power to feel lively on the highway. The seller notes that significant maintenance has been done recently, including a rebuilt alternator, brand new spark plugs, and a new power steering pump to keep the wheel light and responsive. The braking system has been refreshed with new drums and discs, ensuring modern stopping performance, and a new drive shaft has been installed for improved reliability and smoothness. The suspension sits on a fresh set of tires, so the car should feel planted and ready for regular driving. A new vacuum advance unit has also been fitted, which is crucial for getting the ignition timing just right, especially with that upgraded carb setup. What makes this listing particularly appealing is that the seller has kept detailed receipts for the work, meaning the next owner can verify exactly what's been replaced and when. That paper trail is gold for classic car buyers, because it not only gives confidence in the vehicle's condition, but also helps document its value over time. Cosmetically, the 1977 Granada retained the sharp, square styling that Ford favored in the late 70s, with crisp body lines, a bold grille, and a clean, understated profile. Many Granadas of the era were commuter cars that didn't survive the decades, so finding one in well-maintained, mechanically refreshed condition is unusual. At $10,000 or best offer, this Granada is priced like a solid, turnkey classic that's ready for weekend drives, local cruise nights, or even regular use. Whether you remember them from their original heyday or just want a comfortable 70s Ford with AV8 and modernized reliability, this one offers a rare chance to own a car that blends vintage charm with real-world usability. Number 9. The 1973 Dodge Charger, priced at $15,000, located in Saginaw, Michigan. By 1973, the Dodge Charger had firmly cemented its place in American muscle car history, balancing performance, style, and everyday drivability. This particular example captures that blend perfectly, wearing an eye-catching Petty blue exterior, a color famously associated with NASCAR legend Richard Petty, paired with a crisp white vinyl top and a matching white leather interior. The combination gives the car a striking, almost regal presence on the road. Under the hood, this Charger is equipped with Chrysler's dependable 318 cubic inch V8, paired with a 2-barrel carburetor and mated to a 3-speed automatic transmission. While not the most aggressive engine option in the Charger lineup, the 318 is known for being bulletproof, easy to maintain, and more than capable of delivering smooth, torquey power for both city cruising and highway drives. It's the kind of setup that offers muscle car style without the constant maintenance demands of a high-strung big block. The seller notes that the Charger rides on classic rally wheels wrapped in brand new tires, a detail that not only adds to the period correct look, but also ensures it's road ready from day one. With its long hood, sweeping fastback roofline, and muscular stance, the 73 Charger still carries that unmistakable Mopar attitude, even in a more refined, street-friendly trim. Inside, The white leather seats and matching panels create a bright, inviting cabin that contrasts beautifully with the vivid blue exterior. It's a reminder that Dodge in the early 70s wasn't afraid to mix bold colors and premium touches, giving buyers something that stood out in a crowded muscle car market. While the listing keeps things simple, the visual appeal here is undeniable. Petty blue Chargers are rare sights today, and when paired with a well-kept interior, they're even harder to come by. The fact that this car appears clean, complete, and already wearing new tires means less work and more enjoyment for the next owner. At $15,000, this 73 Charger represents a sweet spot in the classic car world. Iconic styling, a reliable drivetrain, and a color combo that turns heads at every stoplight. Whether you're looking for a solid weekend cruiser, a show car starter, or a piece of Mopar history with real personality, this one checks all the boxes. Number 10. The 1968 Plymouth Valiant. Priced at $12,500, located in the City of Industry, California. The Plymouth Valiant has always been one of those underappreciated gems of the late 1960s. A car that didn't necessarily shout for attention, but earned its reputation through reliability, simplicity, and a surprisingly stylish design. This particular 68 model takes that formula and turns it up a notch, thanks to what the seller describes as a full restoration, bringing it back to showroom glory. Under the hood sits its original inline six-cylinder engine, a motor that may not have the roar of a big block V8, but is famous for being virtually indestructible. Coupled with an automatic transmission, it delivers a smooth, predictable drive, perfect for anyone looking for a classic that's as easy to own as it is to admire. The seller emphasizes that both the engine and transmission are in perfect condition, a reassuring detail for any buyer hoping to enjoy the car immediately without major mechanical work. The restoration work here appears to be comprehensive, with attention given to keeping the car clean, straight, and free from rust, a huge plus for any classic, but especially for one located in California where original, rust-free survivors are becoming rarer every year. The Valiant's clean title also makes for a smoother, no-hassle transaction. Cosmetically, the 68 Valiant embodies Chrysler's late 60s design language. Clean lines, minimal fuss, and just enough chrome to catch the sunlight. This was the era when even Plymouth's more modest offerings carried a certain elegance, and with fresh paint and restored trim, this one likely stands out at any weekend car meet. Inside, the Valiant keeps things simple and functional, part of its charm. While the seller doesn't go into detail about the cabin, a full restoration would typically mean refreshed upholstery, clean dash panels, and everything functioning as it should. Combined with its light steering and manageable size, this is the kind of car that makes casual cruising an absolute joy. With only 1,000 miles reportedly driven since the restoration, it's safe to assume this Valiant has been treated more like a prized showpiece than a daily driver. That low post-restoration mileage means the next owner is essentially getting a fresh classic that's already been sorted. At $12,500, with a little flexibility as the seller is open to offers, this 1968 Plymouth Valiant hits a sweet spot for anyone wanting a restored, rust-free, turnkey classic that still carries its original heart under the hood. It's a slice of Mopar history that proves you don't need massive horsepower to make a big impression. Number 11. The 1966 Plymouth Barracuda, priced at $7,000, located in Beaumont, California. When Plymouth introduced the Barracuda in the mid-1960s, it was one of the earliest challengers in what will become the pony car segment. While the Ford Mustang stole much of the spotlight, the Barracuda carved out its own niche with bold styling, a distinctive wraparound rear window, and a variety of powertrain options. This 1966 model comes from the first generation, a body style that's becoming increasingly hard to find in unmodified form. Under the hood sits a 318 cubic inch V8, which was a respectable step up from the base six-cylinder of the time. While the seller doesn't mention whether it's the original engine, the 318 was known for solid reliability and smooth torque delivery. This particular car is equipped with an automatic transmission, making it a comfortable cruiser when it's back on the road. A rare bonus for a mid-60s classic. This Barracuda retains its factory air conditioning, a feature that not only adds to comfort, but also to collector appeal, especially for those who plan to enjoy it during warm California summers. The car also still has its original interior, which means you're looking at genuine 1966 upholstery, dash layout, and trim, though, after decades, it may need some attention to restore it to showroom condition. It's worth noting that the Barracuda does have some front fender and bumper damage, so a bit of body work will be needed. The seller is upfront that the car is not currently running and has been in storage, meaning the next owner should be prepared for a light to moderate project. The good news is that it comes with both Craigar wheels for a period muscle car look, and the original rims with hubcaps for those who prefer a factory-correct appearance. With just 36,098 miles showing on the odometer and a clear title in hand, this Barracuda has a lot going for it despite needing some revival work. For $7,000, it sits in an appealing price range for someone who wants an entry into the Mopar collector scene without diving into a full-scale restoration from scratch. In the world of classic cars, especially first-generation pony cars, survivors like this don't come up every day. Yes, it'll require elbow grease to get it back on the road. But once you do, you'll have a distinctive 60s fastback with style, history, and a driving experience that's pure vintage Plymouth. Number 12. The 1962 Mercury Comet S22, priced at $9,500, located in Peoria, Arizona. When Mercury introduced the Comet, it was positioned as a compact yet stylish option that still carried the brand's premium feel. The S22 trim, introduced in the early 60s, represented the sportier side of the Comet lineup. It offered subtle performance upgrades, distinctive styling cues, and a more upscale interior compared to the base models. This 1962 S22 is a true example of that trim, featuring the desirable bucket seats and center console, which gave a sportier, more driver-focused cabin than the typical bench seat setup of the era. Originally equipped with factory air conditioning, this Comet would have been a rare and comfortable choice in the early 60s, especially for drivers in warmer climates. Today, finding one that retains its ASC heritage is a nice bonus for collectors. Under the hood, the original small block has been replaced or upgraded with a 289 cubic inch V8, a respected Ford power plant known for its balance of reliability and power. Inside that block are 302 internals, giving it a bit more strength and capability than the stock 289, which should translate to better performance without sacrificing drivability. Power is sent through AC for green automatic transmission, a dependable 3-speed unit that Ford used extensively in the 60s and 70s. This car has also been upgraded to a 5-lug wheel setup, opening up more options for wheel and brake upgrades, and it's riding on a fresh set of new tires, a small but important detail that means you can start driving it right away without worrying about age rubber. The seller notes it's showing 89,000 miles and comes with a clean Arizona title, so it's ready for a straightforward transfer to its next owner. Cosmetically, the S22 trim brought subtle chrome accents, unique badging, and a slightly more refined presentation than the base Comet. Combined with a bucket seat interior and console shifter, it's a package that looks and feels sporty without being over the top, given that it runs and drives great. This Comet S22 sounds like a solid choice for someone wanting a classic 60s compact that stands out from the more common Falcons, Novas, and Valiants you see at shows. At $9,500, it offers a lot of vintage charm, usable performance, and classic styling in an affordable package, especially considering the rarity of true S22 models. Whether you keep it as is or take it further with performance upgrades or a show-quality restoration, the 62 Comet is a piece of early Mercury history with plenty of life left to enjoy. Number 13. The 1984 Plymouth Reliant, priced at $3,200, located in Glendale, Arizona. The Plymouth Reliant, often affectionately or jokingly referred to as Park Chrysler's famous K-car lineup, played a huge role in saving the company during the 1980s. Designed to be economical, practical, and reliable, it became a familiar sight in driveways and parking lots across America. But here's the thing. Most of them were driven hard, racked up huge miles, and eventually disappeared from the roads. That's what makes this particular example so unusual. This 1984 Reliant shows a mere 17,000 original miles, and the seller has documentation to prove it, including almost every service receipt since new. That kind of paperwork is rare for a car like this, especially one that was built to be an everyday commuter rather than a pampered collectible. Finished in the classic boxy K-car style, it's about as straightforward as a car can get. Simple lines, upright proportions, and a roomy interior that's surprisingly comfortable for its size. The inside is in great shape, a testament to both the low mileage and the care it has received. Mechanically, it's reported to run and drive well, but here's the catch. Over the past decade, it hasn't been driven much. That means it will need a bit of TLC before you can confidently put it into daily service. Little things like fuel line seals and hoses can age just as much from sitting as they do from use. The AIC does blow, but it will need a recharge to get back to peak performance. Not surprising for a 1980 system. Under the hood, the Reliant typically came with Chrysler's tried-and-true 2.2L inline-4, an engine known more for durability than excitement. Paired with a simple automatic transmission, it's not going to win any drag races, but it will deliver solid fuel economy and a smooth, predictable driving experience, which is exactly what most owners wanted back in 1984. With a clean title and a price of just $3,200, this car could be appealing for a variety of buyers. A vintage daily driver for someone who enjoys retro simplicity, a quirky addition to a classic car collection, or even a nostalgia piece for someone who learned to drive in a K-car. Given how few of these have survived in such original condition, especially with such low mileage, it's not just an old car, it's a preserved piece of 1980s automotive history. And while it might not get the attention of a muscle car or a Corvette, it will almost certainly spark conversations everywhere it goes, especially among those who remember the K-car era fondly. Number 14. The 1976 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, priced at $1,200, located in Selma, California. The Monte Carlo name has long been associated with personal luxury coupes, big, bold two-door cars with long hoods, sweeping body lines, and a certain swagger that made them stand out in the 1970s. The 1976 Monte Carlo was no exception. Built on GM's A-body platform, it combined comfort and style with just enough performance to keep things interesting. But the car we're looking at today is a little different. This particular Monte Carlo is a shell, meaning there's no running drivetrain, and it's more of a blank canvas for a builder than a ready-to-drive classic. The body itself is in clean shape inside and out, especially considering it's nearly half a century old. That is a strong starting point, because rust and heavy body damage can be a major setback in restorations, and here, that battle is already mostly won. What makes this one unique is its history. The car has been modified for hydraulics in the past, the kind of suspension setup you might find in the custom lowrider scene. The bridge for the hydraulics has been removed, but the seller still has most of the parts that were originally with it. That could make it easier for a buyer to either reinstall the hydraulic system or revert the suspension back to stock, depending on their vision. For the right person, this is an opportunity. At $1,200, cash only, you're essentially buying a clean-bodied 76 Monte Carlo without worrying about the expense of removing rust or repairing major accident damage. From here, the path is up to you. Restore it to original factory glory with a big block V8. Turn it into a custom lowrider with candy paint and a full hydraulic setup, or build it into a modern street machine with updated suspension and powertrain. These mid-70s Monte Carlos have a strong following, especially among custom car enthusiasts. Their long, flowing lines and massive rear quarters make them perfect for wild paint schemes, and the generous proportions allow for almost endless drivetrain options under the hood. Yes, it's a project, but for someone with the vision, tools, and time, this could be the start of something special. Whether you're dreaming of a show car, a Sunday cruiser, or a piece of lowrider history reborn, this Monte Carlo offers a solid foundation for a surprisingly low price. Number 15. the 1973 Chevrolet Nova, priced at $8,881, located in Gilbert, Arizona. The Chevrolet Nova has long been one of Chevy's most versatile nameplates. In the early 70s, it was the perfect size for someone who wanted to look and feel a muscle car, but in a package that could also serve as a dependable daily driver. By 1973, the Nova had undergone a redesign, giving it a slightly more modern shape, while keeping its straightforward, no-nonsense charm. This particular 73 Nova is a two-owner car, which is always a plus in the classic car world. Fewer owners often means a better chance that the car has been well kept, and judging by the details here, that seems to be the case. Under the hood, you'll find a 350 cubic inch V8, the small block Chevy that's become legendary for its reliability, easy maintenance, and seemingly endless potential for upgrades. That V8 is paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission, which the seller says has been newly rebuilt and has less than 300 miles on it. That's essentially brand new in classic car terms, and it's one less mechanical worry for the next owner. A rare touch for this Nova is its factory sky roof, a feature only 3,259 Novas received in 1973. This large, sliding sunroof adds an open-air driving experience without committing to a full convertible, and it's a detail that makes this particular example more desirable for collectors. You'll also find factory air conditioning, which, in a car from the early 70s, was far from standard. Combine that with a strong running drivetrain, and you've got a Nova that's not just for weekend car shows. It can be comfortably driven in warm climates, even here in Arizona. The seller is upfront about the fact that the only issues with this Nova are cosmetic. Mechanically, it's described as sound, meaning the big things like engine, transmission, and brakes are in good working order. The cosmetic needs could mean faded paint, minor body dings, or interior wear, but that also means the next owner has a chance to personalize the look without having to tear into mechanicals. It even comes with new mirrors ready to be installed, a small but nice detail for freshening up its exterior. The seller isn't looking for trades, but they are inviting your best offer. So there might be room to negotiate from that unique asking price of $8,881. Whether you see it as a fun project, a weekend cruiser, or the starting point for a high-performance street machine, this Nova already has the big boxes checked. Strong engine, solid transmission, rare options, and mechanical health. The rest is just about making it look the way you want.